Well, the Daily Bread Food Bank is launching its annual Thanksgiving drive starting today, and despite some economic pressures easing, the need still described as at crisis level.
CP24's Courtney Hills begins her morning at a fire station on Lansdowne. And Courtney, you know, we've all been covering the stories about how the cost of living is really making it hard for people to afford things like groceries.
Yeah, I mean, it's expensive to buy groceries. It's expensive to rent. In some cases, people are struggling to pay their mortgage. And that's why we know a lot of people are relying on the food bank right now. I have noticed just behind me here, it looks like they're starting the setup. So later on this morning, guys, the Daily Bread Food Bank will be here at this fire station because people will be able to go to local fire stations, drop off non-perishable food items, that is, so that can go to the food bank and really support people who need that help right now. I want to bring in Neil Hetherington. He's the CEO of the Daily Bread Food Bank. Joining us live this morning. Good morning, Neil. Let's start by talking about how important this particular food drive is at this time to meet this incredibly great need.
Well, this is the most difficult time that the Daily Bread Food Bank has ever been in. It's the most difficult time that our city and really our country has been in when it comes to food insecurity. There's 9 million Canadians who are food insecure. And the Daily Bread Food Bank supports food banks all across the city. And what we are seeing is horrific. There are some 2 million client visits that we have had just in the first 6 months of this year. And let me just give you some context. It took 38 years for us to serve 1 million clients in a single year. It only took 2 years to get to 2 million and 1 year to now get to our predicted 4 million client visits in the city of Toronto this year.
It is so concerning. And I also want to ask you about the big picture and what we're seeing in Canada right now. I mean, we're seeing some improvements to the overall cost for Canadians. For example, a slowing inflation rate, a bit of an improvement, a drop in the overall interest rates. Any impact on you guys, though? Are you starting to see any sort of change in the number of people who still need some help?
We're not seeing that yet, and you're right. There is some good news. Food inflation is down to about 2.5%. That is good news, and the interest rate change that we saw in the States yesterday, again, good news. But for individuals who are experiencing food insecurity, it's going to be a long time before they feel any of those effects. Their wages need to catch up to that food inflation. They are currently living in situations where their rent is astronomical. You know, about 1 in 5 food bank users, their entire salary, their entire paycheck goes directly to rent. And then you think about our friends who are having to make use of Ontario disability. If you're on disability, you're receiving about $1,200 a month, when the poverty line is $2,300 a month. So those easing economic pressures are not going to have any effect on those with fixed incomes like those who are already underwater by $1,000 per month.
All right, Neil, I know you're going to be here at this fire station later on this morning as part of the official kickoff of the Thanksgiving food drive. So, of course, we'll connect with you a little bit later on. We'll talk more about this need and how people can help. But thank you for taking the time this morning to speak with us ahead of the announcement.
Thanks so much, Courtney.
So, Nick and Jennifer, I mean, you hear these statistics and just how many people are relying on the food bank. It's sobering, it's concerning. We know people just need that extra support right now. So later on today, there is this official kickoff to the food drive where people can give if they're able to do so. And again, you can see behind me here, they've got the boxes ready to go. Just an easy way. If someone's watching at home, they have some food that they can donate to help people as they're struggling to get by. This is an option. Over to you.
Yeah, Neil Hetherington always putting that need in perspective. Courtney Hills live this morning. Court, thanks so much.